already say that one of the most important things of our creative career was our encounter. And of course, finding a balance, we never really planned the balance. It was kind of a natural thing.
We know each other very well and we are very complementary. When I was a kid, I was quite introvert. My friends were playing soccer and I was the one, in the corner, and I was always designing. I was designing what I was experiencing or just sketching a flower and imagining how the flower was transforming. And I always felt a little bit, the strange of the group. But in somehow, I was also very comfortable with that feeling. As a child, Disney was definitely more than entertainment for me. It was like a window to possibility, a promise that I will find my community, my path, telling me I'm worthy of love and I can become whatever I dream to be. I think we grow up with those stories, but also those stories grow up with people. And when you look the same story now versus when you were a kid, you see something completely different.
Disney's a core memory for so many people. If you think about it, from grandparent to infant, everyone grows up with Disney and everyone has something that is woven into their DNA, from a song to a movie to a character. Everyone has something that helped shape them.
Being a designer brought to life what I really desire to do and become. My source of inspiration was my grandmother. She was really creative. She was a creative person. And her creativity was also just to cultivate her diversity and identity. And this was a huge inspiration for me to take a risk in my life. Sometimes we say with Francesco that I lived two different lives. One more specific in the trajectory that the family projected for me that was useful also for escape in my little village. And then I changed everything.
Every princess movie has a moment in it where the princess discovers she has the magic within her to solve the challenges that lie ahead. And the Create Your World campaign is about encouraging our fans around the world to harness their own inner magic and realize that they have their own courage and strength and resilience to create the worlds that they want to see.
It's hard to believe that it's 10 years since we first started working with Pandora. The partnership has moved on in such incredible ways. I think what works well with partners like Pandora is continuing to look at what fans want, the characters they love, and then really innovating through product.
We started our career also designing many things, different things. And then we encountered jewelry at a certain specific point. And then was love at first sight, because jewelry has everything that we like. It has memories, stories, craftsmanship, artistry, a possibility of challenging everything, norms, how it's wearing, it's playful. It was a journey of discovery.
Part of our work is also living in between Copenhagen and Bangkok. We have a team in Copenhagen.
So I don't know if many people know, but Pandora was created in Denmark. I love working with Filippo and Francesco. Our relation is really good, but it's really good because first, we share the same vision. And we share the same vision for what Pandora is and where do we want to take Pandora.
People think often that the finance and creativity are completely far from each other. Instead, it's not true. One supports the other and one serves the other. Being in a brand like Pandora that is a successful big brand, so have a dialogue on how creativity can generate business and how business support creativity.
One of the things that I believe sets Pandora apart, you can create your own way of self-expression, whether it is with telling your personal story, through your meaning, through your milestones, or something that is dear for you. So it's not only about style, it's also about self-expression and creating your own story.
I love the way that people can really gift Pandora to mark special moments. And we really see how people gift their different family members to friends, and then those people can use the products in their own unique way to express themselves.
jewellery is the tapestry of someone's life. It is the world that they've created around them. They can look at a certain piece of jewellery, know who gifted it to them, where it came from, or just remember a moment.
I bought a present for my niece. I chose it because she's into charms right now. Like, it's the big thing. And as you can tell, come here a lot.
We released the Disney Princess Ring collection, and it was so lovely seeing it celebrated at an incredible influencer dinner held in London recently.
My favorite item from the collection, I think, must be the Ariel ring. I absolutely love the design. Ariel is also one of my favorite Disney princesses, and it just gives back such a nostalgia to me.
I love styling my princess rings stacked, as I have today, where I've stacked up two, because I think that looks really pretty. And then it means I get the best of both worlds. I get to wear two favorite princesses.
What I love most about the Disney and Pandora partnership is that it's the intersection of two of my all-time favorite brands meeting. And what I really like about the designs is that they're kind of subtle. Like, they reference the princesses, but they're also an if you know kind of thing. They're just perfect.
That is like a transition from our inner child, since we all grew up with Disney princesses, to becoming a woman.
With the idea that jewelry and body is so connected and so personal, at the end we saw that the creative process and only how the people will use the jewelry. And this is super intriguing. The only work that we have to do is inspiring people to find their own personal approach, you know?
The collectability aspect, and that you have one charm that represents a core memory, and then together they tie into this create your world story.
It's a real privilege to collaborate with the best storyteller in the world at Disney on something that is so in common between the two brands.
Disney, of course, is a storytelling brand, the best storytelling brand in the world. And Pandora, we tell stories with our products and with our charm bracelets.
The Pandora jewellery with Disney is so beautiful, and the aesthetic is so amazing, and we have the most amazing creative design team at Pandora, and we work truly with them hand in hand as a partnership, which I think shows why it's so successful.
How the princess rings came to life. When we were researching for new projects and new sort of concepts, there were so many people on TikTok that were taking our current assortment and stacking them together to look like princess rings. And then we thought, why don't just do princess rings? And then we partnered with Francesco and Filippo and the design team.
We decided to build the collection starting from the rings. Rings that are created to be much more than just adornment. This is about magic and dreams. So we say, the princess ring today, they empower people, they represent values.
Cheeky, strong, again, you have still the hand and the scene, no? The hands, etc.
And when you look, those three pictures together and the sketches, this is the modern princess today, it's evolution, it's relevancy.
We love to visualize things and then create like a narrative that can be very strong for being understood for the people.
So when we started designing the collection, we were obviously inspired by the aesthetic, the iconic color. We tried to understand what are the details that we can translate in jewelry, but mostly we were inspired by the value of each princess. I think Disney is evolving, is putting the princess in a context that is relevant today, and Pandora is doing exactly the same. And so we were very inspired by both the story, the value, and the characteristic of the princess.
So you see the craftsman detail, then the research that we did with the Disney designer into the Disney carve to bring the modernity, the work that we do with our team together with in our team we have a lot of very passionate people for this.
Modern interpretation.
Which one is your favorite one?
Okay.
I think for me it's Tiana. I think it's the combination with the green and just how it's so true to her as a character.
Yeah.
I feel like it captures, a lot of the whimsical energy she has, the playfulness, and then just the color of the green is super, super nice.
Yeah.
We like the detail of like the open work here, then the setting of the stone that create like an enrichment on top.
We choose a special stone cut, a special detail and setting, the use of specific color to capture the essence of the Disney princess. Pandora is in more than 100 countries, and this is a big font of inspiration for us. So our work is in the office, at home, but also around the world.
Thailand is a special element that we discover working also in Pandora. And we see that there is an attitude that is also different. It's very smiling, it's positive, it's a can-do attitude. It's a mix of color, spirituality, kindness. And of course, the jewelry actually are not made by machine, they're made by human beings. So this humanity is fundamental.
All the craftsmanship that goes into doing a piece of jewelry, how many hands, how many different faces. And also I think the fact that it's been part of our human culture and history for decades and decades. If you actually take time to look at each of the charms, every charm is a sculpture, it's a little piece of jewelry with so much detail. They are actually painting it by hand. They are setting it by hand. It's intricate, it's so detailed.
How important they think the human touch is, so that hand-finished quality of product. The people are so important, and the skill set is so important, and how they train people.
And this is something which I extremely value, because we do take care of our people. Our people is the most important asset of our company, and they are the ones who make such a difference to our company.
The Fab Lab is a place where we can actually experiment. It's our playground, and this is where we have all the new concepts that can come to life.
Today you will see a lot of talented people around as well. They're super passionate. And then people in here, they love jewelry, they have the craftsmanship, but they also have a very strong self-drive. They always want to go to next level. So those kind of things really make me enjoyable at work.
Most importantly is regarding the quality and all the attention to details that you have to put into the products.
This is the element that we want to represent. So our collection becomes homage to all this culture and also many more.
The interesting thing about princesses is that they evolve with us on our journeys. As I grew up, I was Ariel and Jasmine through and through. Every song, every outfit, every hairstyle. But as an adult watching Moana, that movie just hit me somewhere deep in my core. The spirit and the message and the marine conservation, just everything about Moana truly rang deep for me as an adult.
If you look at Belle, she was considered an outsider, and she found love with an outsider, and she found friends in unlucky places, and so the whole combination for me was simply fantastic. I really find something in Belle close to me.
Rapunzel? I mean, she was a tough lady. It was about resilience.
A story of freedom, a story of someone that she doesn't wait for the prince. She decided her destiny, she was a fighter, and obviously that she was very inspiring for me.
I would say I most identify with Ariel because she knows exactly what she wants. She always goes after it, no matter what other people say. She's a little bit defiant, but she's always true to herself.
I've been inspired by a lot of the different characters since I was a kid until now. I think I have the adventurous side of Jasmine.
Tiana doesn't wait for magic or for a prince. She has a dream, and she shows us that hard work and determination is more powerful than magic, that you have to fight for what you believe and what you want in life.
There's just something about these stories. They're timeless and they resonate today. And if you think about it, for me, and I think many fans around the world, there's something about the voices of these princesses that are interwoven in our DNA.
Inhabiting this space of Disney Princess, and more specifically of Princess Tiana, I learn more and more what she means to people. The amount of young women who walked up to me, teary, seeing me in that space, allowed them to dream for themselves was so intensely moving to me.
Seeing that the Tiana ring became such a hit in our community, it didn't come as a totally surprise.
Working with a drop-shaped stone and then playing with silver detail and clear stone, we embellished the ring to create a motif that reminds the water lily in her crown. She's teaching us that you really need to believe in yourself. So wearing the ring is wearing something very powerful.
I think it's a beautiful thing to see that ring, something so solid, which will allow people to wear their crown.
The princess is obviously the protagonist, but for me was always been so important is the value of the community. I mean, behind every princess there is a strong community.
For me, it's really about being able to express your love of Disney or to celebrate someone else's love of Disney through gifting a really special, memorable charm that people can wear to show their fandom.
It creates this community, and I think that's quite telling in terms of what princess people pick.
For every new city that I visit, I collect one new Pandora charm, and we are now in London.
It really shows what characteristics they can relate to as a fan. The ring's got a massive response on social media. It was the first time we'd ever done a standalone ring collection. The rings brought a different breadth to the range. We featured princesses we hadn't necessarily done before.
So we are moving away from what was the tradition, the idea that they have to live forever happy. I mean, all this kind of norm that was introduced in a different kind of period of time. Now we needed to highlight the idea they're fighting for their own destiny. They are able to live a journey because they want to become something. Storytelling is, for us, the key element of what Pandora represents in the jewelry industry. And the partnership with Disney for us is it's perfect, as you say.
Hey, I'm Charlize. I'm on set right now for Pandora Disney campaign. I am so excited to be here, and you are going to be too, because we have a new 2026 collection coming out, and it's just magical.
Telling stories is about inspiring others to express their own voice, to liberate ideas, to share vision and identity.
Our jewelry is used by everyone, regardless of class, age, or gender. It adheres to our body as we become one with it, and in doing so, allowing it to sculpt our identity.
Jewelry has the power to broaden time into an experience that is shared. It allows different moments of time to coexist. It encourages a relationship with the past as well as with the future.
When we create, we do not only imagine the jewelry in itself, but we reflect and imagine the life of the person who will wear it, the stories that are entwined with the creations. To wear a piece of jewelry is to voluntarily add a new silhouette to the profile of our anatomy, intensifying and amplifying the strength of our character.
Each act of creation supports the narrative of every fragment of our lives. And as Maya Angelou says, we must not allow our stories to go untold.